going to be the first time I'm actually showing some of the concepts of lacing a tail. I'll take things and just put them into basics. Without a bird, the main idea is just to set the tail feathers just like a deck of cards. So basically, very simply, one on top of the other. You put them in order, and they basically fall all in place. Once you've got them all in place like that, as you can see, the lacing starts. Basically, what you're doing is half of the feather on top, half on the bottom, using the sheath as a guide. I use my pointer on the back side, so you get half there, half there. And what it's basically doing is intertwining all the feathers. So that's the basic concept, and you can see the lacing here, and what it looks like down in here. And if you look on the reverse side, you see the same thing happening. A lot of things can be done with feathers. A lot of people hear about twisting and turning and shaping feathers. I'll give you a basics on that. For instance, this tail feather is fairly straight, as you see. If you need to cover a void or a missing feather or something along that line, if you need to twist the feather, you can do it in many ways. Basics is if you wanted to bring the feather more forward, as to bring the top tail forward. If the bird's headset is too deep, you can basically put single crimps where you feel a crack in the tail, and it's right in the sheath, as a matter of fact. And you can see how you can manipulate that feather to make it at an angle. Another thing you can do, I'll just straighten this out. The feather's crooked in the pocket. Grab it by the base of the sheath right down here, and you can take the sheath itself and you can put a twist in it. Now I haven't moved the bottom part, and I'll show you just what happens with it. And you can see that that feather has changed its direction, and it'll stay there for a good time. If you ever want to get rid of it, simple washing with some warm water, lukewarm water, will bring it back into place. Playing with tail feathers, you can do a lot of things with it. Again, changing direction. I'll show you another way of changing the direction just by bending that sheath, and you can simply see that now I've got a little bit of a curve to the left. If I wanted to go back the other way, and it'll stay there. I am not moving the sheath, it's just moving the tail feathers in the direction that you want. Takes a little bit of practice, but if you play with them, you can do a lot of things and make the bird more comfortable and a lot better in the pocket and other things. When you're taking shoeing feathers, you'll see me when I'm lacing another tail feather. If you got like a scoopy tail on the end, so say for instance this is a shoeing down below and it's tapered in like that. If you want to give it a presence of a bigger tail, what I usually do is take about 8 feathers on each side and just give them a crimp forward like that. And now you can see that that shoeing, as opposed to being back here where it was, when you bring it forward like that, it'll give the appearance of a bigger tail, flatter tail, and it'll also give that bird a little bit more comfort in the pocket. Here again is a simple way of explaining the lacing process. Right now I've got approximately 5 feathers, one on top of the other. What I'm going to do is they are in order, so I'm just going to spread them out. And as you can see, once you spread them out, they're just sitting one on top of the other. There's nothing holding there to say that they're locked. Again, this is what the lacing process does. So when the bird goes into the show cage, once you lock them in, you basically give the bird the chance to keep it all together, nice flat appearance, and it's a comfort level for the bird also. As the lacing starts, again, using the bottom sheath, you can see that you're basically intertwining half on top, half on bottom. And earlier we didn't have any rigidity, now we do. If you want to take it to the next level, you can double lace and really lock them in there so that bird cannot break that tail. Makes it a little more comfortable when it's just laced the once, but this would be considered lacing loose, and this would be lacing tight. Some people prefer different places to lace. Could have a thing to do with hand size and stuff like that. I tend to lace just above the front cushion, and then I could use the front cushion to cover up my lacing frets down here. I have done this before with a bird that needs its tail to be laced at all times for comfort, and also because when it's going in there for champion, you have too many birds, a little bit crowded, and it just helps keep things together.